Currently, I am in the process of changing the transmission fluid in my 1998 Camaro. I already got the pan off, obviously, and I let it drip out for a few minutes. Now I'm going to put the new filter in and bolt the pan back in and then pour the fresh fluid in. It's a very simple job. I've never done it before. This is my first time doing it. For the 98 Camaro Z28, there's a total of 16 bolts that hold it in. Only 2 of them are a different length, and the 2 that are a different length are, see if I can show, it's pretty hard because it's dark, but where the shift cable is, right there, 2 of the bolts are longer to hold that guy in. Other than that, they're all the same length. The filter, there's no bolts that hold it in. Actually, you just kind of shove it in there. I got the new filter in my hand. I don't know if you could, it's kind of hard to show and hold this thing under here, but here's the new filter. It just slides right in that hole. You just kind of shove it in there, and once you got it lined up in the hole, just push it in. My O-ring did not come out, so it's in there, so you just got to make it stick. I'm going to have to shove it in there better in a second, but that's basically how it sits. So really, all you got to do to change your tranny fluid is unbolt the pan, the 16 bolts, put them aside, let all the tranny fluid spill out. I started on the passenger side because the shift cable's on the driver's side, so it was easier to let it spill on the passenger side so it didn't make quite as much of a mess. So now that I got it, all drained out, just put the new filter on. And you could get the new gasket, put the new gasket on the pan. Crawl out of here. Here's the pan. All you got to really do in here is there's this magnet right here. You just got to clean it because all the metal from the transmission, kind of gets attracted to the magnet. So you want to get all that stuff off and just clean the pan really good. So once you're done cleaning the pan and the magnet, and you get the gasket back on, bolt it back in. Make sure you do not over tighten the pan or you can warp it, and then you'll have leaks. And that seems to be really the only thing you gotta be concerned about. Just not to over torque it. I'm not sure what the torque spec is, but you just don't want to over tighten it. So once you're done, getting out the old transmission fluid, and you clean the pan, put the new gasket on, and you reinstall it, all you got to do, go over here under the hood. It's really dark. Let me grab a light. Let's see, it's kind of battery's dying. Might be good enough. Right there. It's pretty close to the engine oil. That's the hole right there. I already got the stick out. You just get a funnel, put it in there, and you fill up the tranny fluid. You try to just estimate how much came out when you did this. I think it's roughly, 3.5, 4 quarts, something like that. So maybe start off with roughly 3.5 quarts, and you gotta check these cars while the car's running. So after you get your 3.5 quarts in there, start the car, put it through the gears, put it in reverse, wait a few seconds, put it in neutral, then drive, in 3, 2, 1, and then forward. Do that a few times so the tranny fluid can kind of settle in there. Check the dipstick, and just fill it up until you get to, the line that says it's, full, and then that's about it. So now that I got it all drained out, and I'm going to get that new filter in there, I'll put the pan back in after I get done cleaning it, and job done. So it's a really simple thing. You do not need to be a mechanic to do this. Again, this is my first time doing it. I think it's a piece of cake. So I'm just going to make sure that I get the pan on good, I don't over tighten it, and then I'll just check for leaks. And as long as there's no leaks, that's it. We're good to go. Anyways, hope this helped out. Have a good one.